Hello everyone, and welcome to the Simon Cox Design Competition. I'm Christine Gordon, the Board Chair of Technology for Living, and it is my pleasure to welcome you here today. The Simon Cox Design Competition is our premier event. It is the one that we hold closest to our hearts. And it is an opportunity to bring together students with people with disabilities to jointly solve challenges in everyday life. The process is remarkable and the outcomes are even more remarkable. So thank you for joining us here today. And I want to introduce you now to Ruth Marzetti, who is the Executive Director of Technology for Living.
Thank you, Christine, and welcome everyone to the 6th Simon Cox Student Design Competition. You might be wondering, why is this the 6th competition? And that's because last year we didn't have a competition due to COVID. So we're very happy that we're bringing the competition to you today online. As Christine mentioned, the competition celebrates excellence in assistive technology and innovation, and the competition brings together post-secondary students with our peers to bring solutions to their everyday problems. This year, we're really happy to be welcoming contestants from Quantum University, Simon Fraser, UBC, UVic, and BCIT. So without further ado, let's get started and have a look to see how these projects from previous years have impacted the lives of our members. That was the blanket mover, a device made in a previous competition, which is very popular among our members. So now I'd like to introduce you to our MC, Sally Falkai. Sally is the Director of IT at Technical Safety BC, where she works with a team of individuals on safety systems in the province. Sally has a career in IT, product and data management, and she has an engineering degree in systems design from the University of Waterloo. On a personal level, Sally is a certified coach, she's an amateur guitar player, she is a mum of 2 kids, aged 15 and 11, and her youngest, as she says, rocks an extra chromosome. She's very excited to be part of our competition and we're happy to have her, so please welcome Sally Falkai. Thank you.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Ruth. When I was asked to get involved, I jumped at the chance. The idea of using technology, design, and innovation to remove barriers for people with disabilities resonates strongly for me. What a great use of the talent we have here in British Columbia. Inclusion, opportunity, and independence are important values for me, for my family, and I believe for society and our province, country, and the world. As mentioned, my daughter has an extra chromosome, and so I advocate regularly for these values. It's an honor to be able to contribute in some small way to advocating for everyone. And now, let's meet Daniel Behrman, who is a previous student competitor in the competition, and hear what this has meant for him. Here's Daniel with the chameleon.
This is a product of the Simon Cox design competition that I helped design while my time at BCIT. It is an interactive multiplexer that allows speech-impaired clients to interact with a home assistant device.
Danielle now works as a biomedical technologist for the Technology for Independent Living program. A competition like this wouldn't be possible without the support of our generous sponsors. We'd like to acknowledge our sponsors, the BC Rehab Foundation, the Kinsman Foundation of BC, as well as the Loan Foundation. Through the commitment and vision of the Kinsman, the Technology for Independent Living program came to be in 1970. Their ongoing support has been critical to the organization's success. The BC Rehab Foundation is committed to closing the gaps between people with and without disabilities. They have a long-standing relationship with Technology for Living, supporting this competition, especially the Technology for Independent Living program and the Automatic Door Opener program. You may be wondering who our sponsors are, and as they say in show business, now a word from our sponsors.
I'd like to take a moment to thank the sponsors this year. This year, the competition is being sponsored by the BC Rehab Foundation and the Kinsman Foundation of BC. Both these foundations have very long relationships with us, which we value very much. They both partner together so that they provide the Open Door program, which allows our members to have an automatic door, and we install those throughout the province. This year, they're both sponsoring the Simon Cox competition, and they've done that for many years. Today, the Kinsman can't be here to leave a message. I know this relationship with TIL is very special and dear to the Kinsman. They started TIL 51 years ago, and Simon Cox was a Kinsman. Every year, the foundation puts on a golf tournament to raise funds for TIL, and the Kinsman's clubs around BC all chip in and help with that. So I want to say how grateful we are for their sponsorship today and for our partnership with them.
My name's Ian Muirhead. I am at present the chair of the board of BC Rehab Foundation and BC Rehab Society. I have been with BC Rehab for, I think, 22 years, but I've lost count. We think of ourselves as funders of people who have exhausted either their own resources or the other resources that are available to make their lives better in big ways and in small ways. We're as keen with small grants that help someone merely get to the grocery store. I say merely because I shouldn't say merely, because for that individual, that can be a life-changing facility to have. The competition, the Simon Cox competition, actually is one of our favorites because it just is so inspiring to see people who, a lot of these folks, I think, I don't know for sure, but I think probably before the students, that is, who are involved in the competition, it's possible before they got involved, they weren't that aware of needs of people with physical disabilities. But once they learn about it and roll up their sleeves, they just, their creativity just, pours out, and we see all these great ideas which are coming out of them. And that is the BC Rehab. We really like innovation and entrepreneurship and people showing their adaptability, and because that's what disability is all about, is adapting. And so the competition is just a really a great event, I think, for highlighting that. BC Rehab is really happy to be a sponsor, a co-sponsor with our good friends at Kinsman of the Simon Cox competition. And it's wonderful to see the contributions from keen, creative, innovative off the wall thinking students who are coming up with their own ideas to try to make things better for people with disabilities. And we're just grateful that they've rolled up their sleeves and got involved, and maybe we'll see them next year or the year after.
Another essential component for any competition is the judges. Technology for Living's Taylor Danielson sits down with the judges of the 2021 Simon Cox Student Design Competition to learn a little about who they are, why they're judging, and what they're looking for from the competition this year. If students are looking for a challenge, Ian Price, Technology for Independent Living's innovation strategist, shares a project he's been looking to have built for years.
Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor Danielson, and I am the peer technician at Technology for Independent Living. Today, I'll be hosting a panel with the judges of the 2021 Simon Cox Student Design Competition. We're interviewing them to hope to get a perspective on who they are and what a first place design looks like in their eyes. Today, we have with us Wayne, team lead for the biomedical engineering at Technology for Independent Living, Joanne Bengert, disability advocate and program coordinator at Disability Alliance BC. And our third and final judge is Ian Price, innovation strategist at Technology for Independent Living. Thank you all for being here. Let's start with an easy question. Why are you three the judges for this competition?
Basically, what I love about this competition and what I love to see every year is the creativity, not only from the students and how they create the end product, but also from the peers and their creativity about what else can be utilized within their home. So I'm looking for that and how the students and peers work together.
Well, I try to bring a peer perspective. I think that a lot of the ideas and a lot of the projects are very unique, and I really try to see which ones are best suited for people like myself, make us more independent.
And I'm a judge because my background is both in technology as an electrical engineer and as a disability advocate. So I think that those two backgrounds sort of dovetail into the perfect judge.
Is there anything you're personally hoping to see this year in the competition? Perhaps an idea that was overlooked in the past or an exciting version 2 of a previous submission?
I think what I would like to see is collaboration between the designers and the people in the community. Some of the best projects I think I worked on when I was at TIL came directly from our users. They would come in sometimes with a crazy notion, hey, I want to build this. I think it would be great to have this in my life. And to be able to see that produced, I think has brought the most usefulness and joy to the residents or to the people that I've worked with.
I would like to see a flying wheelchair. I keep asking every year. So this year's going to happen.
Hopefully. You'll be the first one to test it though, Ian.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. I think one of the other things that I'm looking forward to is we've had an excellent partnership with BCIT, Biomedical Engineering, over the years. And as we brought in more schools last year, we saw kind of project ideas that we didn't expect. For instance, from Emily Carr, we saw one where they were making clothes for people who tend to fall. And not something that TI normally does, but it's definitely an assistive technology. So I'm kind of excited to see what the other schools are going to bring to it as well.
And our final question is, what is your judging criteria? Is there anything in particular that you're hoping to award extra marks for?
Okay, I think this year I'm focusing on project completion because I found over the years there are a lot of great ideas, but I'm looking for a device that can actually be used by our members in the future. So yeah, that's the number one for me.
I think for myself, it's more of the the technical side of it. So it might look pretty on the outside, but I want to see what's on the inside and how it all works. So I'll be digging into that a little bit.
Yeah, and I'd like to see some creativity. I think that we've seen some similar projects in the past, maybe multiple years, and I would really, as Wayne mentioned, like to see some creativity, and hopefully we'll see that by bringing in some more schools.
If you're a student looking to participate or a peer with an idea that you hope to get created, please visit our website, simoncoxcompetition.com. And I'd like to thank our judges for being here with us today, and we look forward to their judgment on the day of the competition.
All right, thanks for having us, Taylor.
Thanks, Taylor.
Thank you.
If you haven't checked them out online, you can look at the full set of the video project submissions on our website. The link is being posted in the chat. Let's look at some of this year's entries.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
We moved on to creating 3D models for our two most promising concepts.
Have a fully collapsible and opening umbrella system.
We've just witnessed a few minutes of what took hours and hours of planning, research, and testing. Look at the effort these students have made to improve the independence and enhance the overall well-being of people living with disabilities. Technology for Independent Living has been doing this for years, 50 years. Technology for Independent Living is a program housed at Technology for Living. Assistive technology creates opportunities for increased personal independence for BC residents with physical disabilities. This competition promotes innovative technology solution also to improve that independence. While the judges deliberate, please enjoy this video celebrating the 50th anniversary of this very important program, Technology for Independent Living.
A real champion for us guys that needed a bit more independence and started to help people out in the community. So he then, I think, created TIL and started to help people out in the community.
Technology for Living peers had the opportunity to review all 12 projects and vote on the one they thought was best at the Pathway to Independence peer group meeting. It is a great honor to have Paul Gauthier, Executive Director of the IFRC and host of the Pathways meeting, present this award. Paul Gauthier.
Hello, my name is Paul Gauthier. I'm the Executive Director at the Individualized Funding Resource Center Society. I'm also a former Paralympic athlete in the sport of bocce ball. We've been teaming up with Technology for Living through the peer program Pathways to Independence, where we've been able to support people with disabilities across the province in getting access to information on current events of what is happening for independent living. I'm really excited about being here today with this competition and excited to see what these students have put together for us. The Simon Cox legacy continues on through this amazing competition. Simon was always someone who was a thinker, always trying to think, what can we do to solve a problem? Putting this forward to a student and getting them to be able to use their creative mind is something I know Simon would remember and would appreciate today. I just want to congratulate all the students for the hard work they've put into creating their project and the fact that they've worked with peers to come up with something that is so great. Thank you for your commitment. It gives me great pleasure to present the People's Choice Award on behalf of Technology for Living. Congratulations.
Hello everyone, we are APT, and today we will be presenting our design for adjustable portable tabletop. 1 billion people, that is 15% of the world population, experience some form of disability. However, the furniture we find for everyday use are not designed keeping their convenience in mind.
Taking these things into consideration, we have generated the following criteria for our design. Our vision is to design a robust, portable, and easily adjustable tabletop that is inconspicuous and can be raised and extended to suit the needs of the user.
After we had a more concrete idea of what the final design would look like, we moved on to creating 3D models for our 2 most promising concepts. Here are some of the sketches that we came up with when we were doing initial brainstorming.
So taking our most promising concepts, we created some full SolidWorks models.
Here's the prototype of our final design. We're using a repurposed armrest and attaching it to a mahogany wood surface. The clamp can extend, giving the user up to 4 inches of height. The clamp can also fold in, making APT portable. We added locking screws, shown in the image, so the desired position of the tray can then be fixed. APT can support the items that our client may want to use on it, such as a laptop, food, or drink. We packaged the table and it was delivered to Valerie. Right now, she is testing it out and giving us helpful feedback to improve this final design prototype.
And adjustments would include adding a lip to the edge of the table to catch rolling pens and utensils, to increase the range of vertical motion by another 2-ish inches, and also to furnish the table platform with a non-slip coating.
On behalf of my team, I want to thank you all for awarding us the People's Choice Award. The 4 of us had a lot of fun making this table for our client, and it was a good project to develop hands-on skills while university was online this year. Thank you, Taylor, and everyone involved in organizing the Simon Cox.
Terry LeBlanc is a board member of Technology for Living and a long-term champion of the Technology for Independent Living program. Innovations from this program have helped Terry live more independently in his own building. When he is not being an activist for the community, Terry can be found sailing at Jericho, enjoying the roof garden at his home, or going to the theater when that's possible and we're not in the middle of a pandemic. We are very proud to have Terry present the Terry LeBlanc Award for Innovation.
Hi, I'm Terry LeBlanc. I guess 42 years ago I met TIL, so to speak, and wow, since then I've worked at BCIT and was in was in the survey program and the digital mapping program. Since then, I've gone through many iterations of biotechs, and but always think back to my first. That was Simon. The TIL's always had a great place in my heart, and Simon in particular, because when I had my injury 42 years ago, I had just moved to Calgary from the East Coast. So when I ended up in Vancouver, coming out of rehab, I was faced with, something like George Pearson. But instead, the independent living movement had just caught on mid-70s, and here was an organization that was determined to keep people in the community. So I was able, thanks to the kin control, I was able to operate a telephone. And so when I was alone at night, after my caregivers had gone, I could still call 911 or neighbors. So that was my introduction, and that led me back into the community. That organization, or this organization, I was able to live independently, and I've had a great life since then. To the winning team, I would say, well done. You're stepping into some large shoes when you win the Simon Cox Award, dedicated to a great man and a great organization. So, congratulations. So without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to award the Terry LeBlanc Innovation Award to
in this project with my project partner and Technology for Living peer, Nancy. We have designed a blanket that will improve her comfort while she's using a powered wheelchair outside in cold, dry weather. Therefore, I present the mobile warmth blanket. It keeps the user warm through its windproof shell and lining layer of synthetic insulation batting. It is thin, so it can be easily layered under or over other garments if necessary, and it has been patterned to fit the wheelchair's form well. From Nancy's insight, a handbag was created to provide warmth for her right hand, the first prototype seen here from the second fitting. Furthermore, the blanket has been finished since the second fitting, with grosgrain applied to the blanket edges and quilting done to the blanket panels to ensure long-term durability. I am really happy to have won this award. I would like to thank Nancy, my project partner and Technology for Living peer, for all the help she provided me throughout the project. I would also like to thank the staff at Technology for Living for making this event happen.
Jeanette Anderson was a strong advocate for the Provincial Respiratory Outreach Program. She was always willing to help people who wanted to learn what it's like to live on a ventilator.
It's my honor to present the Jeanette Anderson Achievement Award. Jeanette Anderson contracted polio as a young girl, and she lived in an iron lung for many, many years, looking at the world through a little mirror that was positioned at the top of the iron lung. She was a woman of enormous spirit. She was a woman who never stopped trying to change not only her own life, but the world. She eventually moved out of that iron lung. She moved out of the long-term care facility where she had lived for so many years. She lived in her own apartment, which she worked hard with the architects to design in a way that would make it freely open to her wheelchair. She volunteered for everything that it was possible for her to say yes to. She brought an enormous spirit, positive energy, great love into the world. So I want to assure the team who wins the Jeanette Anderson Achievement Award that you've won something very, very special. And I congratulate you on your singular achievement.
We have created Hot Goo as our BCIT capstone project. Hot Goo is intended for people with limited motor function and poor circulation to safely provide warmth to the hands, wrists, or forearms. Hot Goo is activated simply by applying pressure to the heat pad. We're using a test weight of 2.5 kilograms. After a few seconds, the heat pad activates. There are 3 settings, low, medium, and high. The solid LED indicates that temperature setting has been reached. It has been on for a little while. And you can change the temperature setting by squeezing the pressure sensitive button that we have here. And it is blinking, so it is still warming up to that target temperature. The heating element itself is a sandwich of materials. We have some polyester batting that is used for cushioning. There is some heat transfer material inside that's normally used for cooling of CPUs. And the pressure pad itself is conductive thread with a piece of pressure sensitive resistive material called Velostat. Basically it decreases in resistance as you apply pressure. In this housing, we have our Arduino microcontroller. It takes in the signals from 2 temperature sensors that we have within the heating pad, as well as the pressure sensor itself and the pressure sensitive button as well. It controls a power transistor, or power MOSFET transistor, that draws 2 amps directly from here. The heat pads themselves only use about 1.1 to 1.2 amps in order to do their heating function.
This is a USB micro charging port with regular USB-A discharging ports, which feed the microcontroller and the heating pad.
As you can see, it's been on full high heat for quite some time now, and it increases by about 1 degree centigrade per minute, and stable at high temperature. It is resting at 39.3 degrees Celsius.
Hello! Thank you for choosing Hot Goo as the winner of the Simon Cox Student Design Competition. We are the Hot Goo team.
I'm David. I'm the lead designer. I'm in charge of the color.
Hello, I'm Terrence. I'm the head programmer for the Team Hot Goo, and I make those LED flash.
Hi, my name is Stan, and I was responsible for a little bit of everything. And I'd like to thank my teammates, David and Terrence, and also our teachers for helping us along with this project.
We are grateful to have had the opportunity to compete and are honored to accept. Once more, we'd like to thank the judges for presenting the Hot Goo team with this prestigious award.
Walt Lawrence has been an active board member at Technology for Living for many years. Today, Walt is presenting the Simon Cox Award, which is the principal award of the competition. Simon and Walt were close friends since the 1970s. Simon ensured that Walt and others had the independence to live in the community. Here's Walt talking about what this award means to him.
So Simon Cox, just when I hear his name, when I talk about him, I think, what an incredible guy. Simon and I, we knew one another for, gosh, probably 50 years. He was just he was one of those guys that it was rich just to sit down and have a white spot burger, just to go for a beer with him. He was never stuck. When somebody asked him, can you do it? Should we do it? And he would say, oh, why not? Let's try. Simon Cox. Simon was one of those guys that valued people. And he always wanted to assist people in attaining their maximum ability. And I think that he always was in endless pursuit of helping the person next to him. Simon embodied that with everything he did. I am so honored to be a part of giving you this award that really embodies Simon Cox belief. Thank you.
Motorized wheelchairs, often called power chairs, increase the mobility and quality of life of persons with disabilities. However, they aren't designed to accommodate certain routine tasks in a user-oriented manner. A community member, Gilda, reached out to explain a common problem she was noticing.
I was noticing in the community that a lot of people had bags of groceries and things hanging from the back of their wheelchairs or on the handles or whatever at the back. They couldn't get at them when they got home. Care workers started to tell me too that they were coming in and unloading groceries that had been there for hours. And I thought if there was only just some way that people could get into their bag once they got home, and that's what kind of started this whole process.
We worked with Gilda over the next 8 months to develop Mobile Arm, a retractable, user-operated assistive device designed for power chairs. The weatherproof metal housing holds the various gear shafts in place and attaches via a receiver to a common brand of power chair. It can swing 270 degrees, allowing convenient access to carried goods when needed, without increasing the functional width of the wheelchair. The motion is driven by the user via a handle on the side. A belt drives a worm gear, which only permits user-driven motion, otherwise locking the system in place. This, via another pair of gears, rotates the upper arm. In order to keep the design user-oriented, we consulted with Gilda on the interface of the device throughout the design process.
The girls came out and showed me the first prototype. I think that was the first time we actually discussed what I could actually manage, like how the strength that I have and with the motor, the coordination that I have and everything, how it would work.
The design is now complete, with our prototype currently being machined in a few local shops. Several components of the arm itself, shown here, are complete, with the housing and attachment systems still under construction. The full assembly will be complete in early summer and installed on Gilda's power chair. Though prototyping costs are not reflective of consumer pricing should this device be produced at scale, the team has managed to keep the materials cost below $1,000 and, with the help from our sponsors, machining costs around $300.
It'll allow me to maintain my independence.
Hi everyone! We are very honored to be receiving this award. We would like to thank our devoted team members for their hard work and continuous support, as well as Gilda, our client, for giving us the opportunity to work on this project. She provided us with invaluable information regarding the functionality of the device from a user's perspective, which contributed greatly to the success of our final product. We would also like to thank our sponsors, Rainhouse Canada and JS Foster Corp, for machining our major components, as well as the University of Victoria for providing us with 3D printing resources. We hope that this device will be able to positively impact as many wheelchair users as possible. We would like to thank everyone for hosting and organizing this event, and congratulations to all the other teams who participated. Thanks again.
What a great day it's been. Congratulations to all the participants. You're all winners. I'd like to take a moment to thank the sponsors, the judges, the schools, the teams, and the presenters, the Technology for Living staff, and you, the viewers. Thank you.
On behalf of all of us at Technology for Living, I would like to thank our MC today, Sally Valkai, for being the MC. Sally, you accepted this position when it was going to be live at the WASC Centre. It was going to be very differently presented, and I think we've all learned how hard it is to do it online and how difficult and different it is. So I just want to extend our gratitude to you for being the MC of the day. You've done a fantastic job. Thank you, Sally. This year the competition was very different in that we did it online and we opened it up to all the academic institutions across BC, which made it a much bigger endeavour than we've ever done before. And we had an organising committee, so I'd just like to do a quick thank you because it could never have been done without our committee. So thank you to Terry LeBlanc, who is the chair of our committee. Thank you to the judges, Wayne, Joanne and Ian, who did a great job there judging. Thanks to Taylor Danielson, who did all of the interviews with the students and did a lot of the video editing and made us all look good on the social media and the website. Thanks also to Benson for interviewing all of the people that we needed to have interviewed. And finally, a big thank you to Richard Harrison and Melanie Burton, who is our volunteer, for doing the scripts, for doing the press releases and all the background work. Thanks so much, guys. You did such a great job. Finally, I would like to thank everyone who participated, all the students, fantastic projects, very, very inspiring and innovative. I would like to thank everyone for watching us today and all our supporters, and I would like to show you this final video as we say goodbye to the Simon Cox Competition 2021, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
So Technology for Independent Living is a nonprofit program that serves clients throughout British Columbia with physical disabilities. So what we do is use technology, home automation, to make their lives more independent within their home environment.
We have 4 trained biomeds, so some of the things they make from scratch and some of the things they use the Google Home. They'll extend the functionality of the Google Home, so we reach further into the functionality of existing equipment.
A real champion for us, us guys that needed a bit more independence, and started to help people out in the community.
Well, I have a chronic progressive disease, so everything that I need changes over time. And now I use Siri and this cell phone that clamps onto my tray, and I can do it all without touching the phone. So this clamp has meant the earth to me.
They came up with a device where I can, with a switch, move the bed up or down, and also there's a drinking water tube through the middle of it, so I can have water throughout the night. Till is there to pick you up.
Like, guys from Tills are just not just technicians, they are actually being my friends now. And it's just so easy to communicate with, and they listen very well, and I'm surprised there is not much people around the city know about them. These guys are awesome.
You know, living independently is everything. It's, you know, it gives you a quality of life that you wouldn't have if you didn't have different, you know, types of environmental controls or, you know, staff. That freedom, the independence that everybody's looking for.